Happy Friday, Mavericks. I am extremely excited. We have got Noah Wickliffe, the co-founder of DreamrBox. So you're going to have to stick with us while we figure out what DreamrBox is, and I promise you, you're definitely going to like what they are doing. And as always, I need to give a big thank you to our partners. Thank you to Assured Partners, powering a lot of our long-term care facilities with their insurance. Heartland Pharmacy, a wonderful long-term care pharmacy that is making sure our facilities, our residents, our older adults are getting their medication when they need it. Fading Memories. It brings to life the connection and the intimacy of how you work with a loved one that has Alzheimer's. And lastly, Routinify, which is a mobile device that is in your loved one's home that enables two-way communication, video chats, a lot of other great features that really help our older adults stay connected. And as always, a huge thank you to Serenity, who is powering our show. And so we're going to hear a quick message from Serenity. And with that, I am going to turn it over to the famous Catherine Wells.
The famous. I'm not sure what I'm famous for, but I want to find out.
There's something out there for you. I'll find it for you.
Okay, thanks. You'll search the interwebs.
That's right.
So, hi everybody. It's been a minute since we've seen you. If you're out there, please tell us that you're out there and where you're joining us from. We love to hear from you. Of course, ask questions throughout. We'd love to get some engagement with our guest, Noah. Noah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having us. This is a nice, kind of a nice surprise on our end.
Excellent. Love it. So tell us, what is DreamrBox?
DreamrBox is a curated kind of like a care package for really anybody that you don't want to send appreciation or acknowledgement to. Now, the initial inspiration was this whole COVID crisis. Like most of the country, we were put into lockdown. So within 6 weeks, we decided to combine our respective skill sets and create this business where we could facilitate the extension of gratitude by the public to people on the front lines. Initially, it was front lines and essential workers. We're now kind of expanding our messaging to anybody that feels lonely or isolated or is sacrificed on our behalf. For this COVID crisis. We've had a number of people buy them for themselves because they like the box, but it was also intended as a fundraiser to provide PPP for the front lines. Okay. So we combined this idea of a care package as well as a fundraiser.
And I just want to jump in. PPE for our listeners is the personal protective equipment.
Yes.
That a lot of our nurses, CNAs, doctors are wearing to keep the spread of COVID or any disease, quite frankly, down. So sorry to interject. I just want to make sure we're all into that lingo, but sometimes you throw the acronym like, what?
It's part of the common vernacular now, but like the rest of the public, we were shocked that there just wasn't enough of it.
Yeah.
And that people were having to work in a pandemic and reuse equipment, not have enough equipment. And rather than sitting at home and feeling kind of hopeless, we decided to do something about it. And that's what DreamrBox is and how it emerged.
So this really did not exist before COVID.
No, absolutely not. This was inspired, created, thrown together with a lot of help from a lot of people, from our developers to the sponsors of the box, brands like Swell, Chomps, Kind Bar. We're all very generous and really love the idea of being able to provide support and care to people that are sacrificing on our behalf.
And so you created this, and you actually have a physical box that presents all of the items that are in there very beautifully. So it's truly a gift when somebody receives it. It's a package.
That's the idea. We wanted to spread some gratitude and joy in the midst of what's really been a dizzying, almost horrific experience for a lot of people. And we were deeply, deeply moved by the sacrifices that our frontline workers were making, to the point of almost bringing you to tears when you see the commitment from the nurses and doctors and people working in senior living facilities they've really been our lifeline, and we felt a need to send them gratitude on our end, so we curated this box. And everything in the box is really meant to be somewhat nurturing, enjoyment, fun.
Nurturing. Okay.
Yeah.
So like healthy nurturing.
Well, yeah, sure. Nurturing more, but there's some nice candy treats in there. There's the best brownie you've probably ever had. There's a small producer that we know, and she has this wonderful recipe. But, the water bottle, there's some chai tea in there. So everything's meant to feel kind of, lift somebody up during the day. The water bottle's a special edition water bottle, and that's kind of the showcase of the box. And Swell's been very kind and helped us put this together.
Yeah. So how did you get to work with Swell in order to help create this?
My partner, she called them up. She's very good at this. She just called them up, and the idea was compelling enough that people jumped on it. And we had a number of people competing to provide goods for the box.
Oh, wow.
Which was a really, it was a humbling experience that people cared so much about what we were doing and shared our concern for the people on the front lines and essential workers.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And so I just want to go back. I like chocolate. It's probably my downfall. So when I said best brownie ever, you're talking about this wicked, awesome brownie. Is that correct?
I would say, I wasn't, I just like food, period. So it's sold right there. Yeah. But you put that brownie in the freezer, and they're phenomenal.
Okay. All right.
And I say that without not even trying to promote it as much as I genuinely love food, and they're very good.
Gotcha.
And it's a small manufacturer out of Boston, and she does a great job.
Well, I can tell that a lot of thought went into this, creating this. The idea of putting together a box that's truly a gift package is amazing. So let's connect, especially on such short notice. You pulled it all together so quickly. So let's connect this for our audience to what we always talk about, which is senior care.
Okay.
So how does DreamrBox connect to senior care?
Well, if anybody, for one, there's a lot of people working in senior care facilities that are not being paid at very high levels, that are really sacrificing, and they're kind of our portal to the people we love and care in the facilities. In our minds, they deserve a big gift of gratitude. So part of our model would be, say, somebody that has a parent or a relative in a senior care facility, they would send these to the people that are caring for their relatives, just as a means to say thank you. And at the same time, they're helping to fundraise and get those very, very workers the PPE that they need to be safe. Now, as we've gone through this, we're finding that the people that buy them for themselves or receive them as gifts, for example, grocery store clerks, teachers, they're really, really impressed, and they feel really special when they get it because the box says "to a superhero," so it's a real acknowledgement.
That's cool.
And we've had a number of them sent to elder members that are kind of whether they're in a facility or they're at home feeling isolated, and it makes people feel kind of special. And then when you see the message behind it, you go, "All right, this is a double win."
Yeah.
And so I want to draw that connection real quick. So portions of the proceeds go to the Project N95. Is that?
Yes.
This
is really a fundraiser for Project N95.
And so can you tell us a little bit more, what is Project N95?
Project N95 was created kind of maybe a couple weeks before we were. Same kind of an idea. It was a bunch of people that wanted to be proactive, wanted to do something positive and fill a need. And they put together, it's primarily Silicon Valley, the technology sector. A bunch of people got together and said, let's get people at PPE. And they put up the website, they got written up, they have a lot of high-powered people behind it. And when we said we'd like to do a fundraiser for them because we respect what they're doing and we see the need for it, they just jumped on it. So our story, as well as Project N95, is people seeing a need and trying to fill it.
Seeing a need and finding a positive way to fill it. And
that's kind of
he wins in this. Everybody, the person giving it has a feeling of being able to share. When they can't go to the community to actually give gifts or say thank you, this this gives them a way to do that and help them feel good. And also, as you say, and Francis and I talk about this a lot, the workforce in senior care. Right now, these poor people are way overworked. They're tired. They're sad too, because when they lose someone, it's heart-wrenching for them. They become very close to people. So to receive then out of the blue something like this from a family member, just everybody wins in this. This is a brilliant idea.
And that's what we wanted to do. You know, in my personal experience, it's our grocery store clerks. I've developed incredibly close relationships. When you're on lockdown and you're going, you know, only time you can do is go out to see groceries. I was unaware of how much I appreciated the everyday people in my life. And so, you know, we've been sending our own boxes out to people just to say thank you, as well as encouraging other people to do
And I want to go back. This part really hit me when you said it, and I want to dive a little deeper into this. What we can do for some of those older adults that feel isolated, right? That are either living at home, maybe they can't go out, or living in senior living. I think there's something here about with this box is connecting them and connecting our older adults that feel isolated, right? I mean, that's a big concern I have is the mental health for some of our older adults that are alone.
Well, that's really something that's, you know, as we go through this process, it's opened our minds to a lot of other people that are feeling isolated, unappreciated, maybe alone, scared. And sending a bit of gratitude, part of our model that we did is you can include a note to that person. So they're not just receiving a box in the mail, it's a personalized note. Thank you for your service, thank you for doing this. Mm-hmm. So it really, I mean, and just the elder people that have received it, they just felt acknowledged, like they weren't forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Well said, not forgotten, which is something that so many of them are feeling because they are alone or isolated, even if they have some people with them. And tell us about the note. So is it something that the person would type in?
Absolutely. We wanted to create a personalized experience for someone.
Okay. So they be specific about what they're sharing their appreciation.
Yeah. And what we've had is people will buy them. Some people have bought them for themselves because they like the idea. But predominantly what people are doing is buying them and sending them to their local clinic or their senior caregiving with a note to the people that they're sending them to and saying, really, thank you. So that it's another way to use technology when we can't meet with each other in person to connect to somebody.
You know, it'd be really cool.
A meaningful gift.
You know what's really cool? What I have an idea for this is employee of the month at any of the long-term care facilities, they get a DreamrBox.
I think that's absolutely, if we can get that out there, that's great.
That's an interesting idea because that's all you get, you know, because you see the plaques, right, with the employee of the month. And, you know, we'll do a gift card or a little something for all of our employees of the month that we have. But I'm thinking about this could have something that they get in the mail. Everyone likes getting mail. My wife tells me all the time how much she loves getting a card in the mail. And so now they're getting something in the mail.
Well, and you know what's nice is that after you eat the candy, the water bottle will last. It's first rate. The water bottle alone.
Swell's a great one. Those are great water bottles.
It's worth the value of the box, and it's a limited edition. We had it engraved in the whole bit. So.
Wow. Okay.
So we were able to create a real value. I mean, it's not. You know, everything's included, shipping and handling. So it's not inexpensive, but the value is probably nearly twice what the box is.
That's pretty cool.
So is there, and it says this, I know on your website, is there more than one option? Is it one option?
Well, one care box.
One care box.
Right now, our business model will eventually be able to have multiple options, but for right now, there's one care box, one gratitude box. We've had a number of people ask us, can you do this for us? But right now, we want to deal with the PPE and get moving through this group. But what's nice is we're seeing that this idea of commerce with a cause.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
On to people.
I like that.
Yeah. So if someone were to purchase this, talk to our audience about how much money from this goes to the cause of Project N95, so people can really connect to how they're supporting your work there.
So we would like to, the amount of the proceeds from the box. So after we recoup expenses, shipping, taxes, the physical cost of the box, things like that. I think when we're all said and done, probably 30% of the cost of everything will go towards Project N95.
It's pretty good.
Wonderful.
So N95 at the end of this should get a very significant donation.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a good chunk.
Everybody's doing just a little bit. I noticed that there's a lot of charities that say just give us 20, 30 bucks. This is a little bit more, but it's extending to more people.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Well, I think it's a brilliant idea. I think it is an idea born out of a desire to do good in a situation that's frustrating and filled with anxiety for so many people. And as we've talked about it's expandable across any industry. We care about all of them. And we are really right now wanting to lift up all the people in the senior care industry who are just working so hard to care for our loved ones.
Yes, making real sacrifices.
Yeah, so we'd love to see our audience participate in this and help spread some of the love. You said it's engraved. What's the bottle engraved with?
Superhero.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we've gone through various iterations of it, but
I love
really
that.
recognize the people that are working on this time have gone above and beyond, and they really are heroes. I mean,
I love that.
we often acknowledge our military service. Thank you for your service and their sacrifices. And this is a comparable thing, only on the home front and facing a pandemic.
And a fun way to do it.
Yeah, we wanted to add the idea behind the superhero was to add a certain amount of levity to it.
Yeah, wherever we can spark some joy, that we need to do that.
Well, I think you're igniting hope. That you're what I like about it is the igniting the hope that you're not in this alone. That people do care about you. That even though we might not be able to see you and say thank you, we can send our thank you and our appreciation through this means. And I love a good old, reusable water bottle, and Swell is a great brand. So I mean, that itself is worth it
Yeah, it really is.
Right?
we were addicted to them in our household.
Yeah, I mean, and out in Colorado, a lot of outdoor activities. You need that good, sturdy water bottle to hold up. So,
well, along with your sugar fina candies, you do get something lasting. So there's some nice things.
Yeah,
some awesome brownies apparently. So now I can't wait. I'd love to partake in that. So Francis is our Chief Curiosity Officer, and he was curious enough about this to get you on our show. So thank you. I'm the Chief Inspiration Maverick. I just have to say I'm so inspired by the fact that you were able to mobilize people to create this and then mobilize sponsors to come in and support it and get the box designed and developed. I've done this before in my career. It's not quick and easy usually to do, and you did it.
I will tell you, it hasn't been easy, but it's happened very quickly because there's a lot of really good people out there. And we found connecting with the companies, the box manufacturer in particular, they've really just jumped in and extended themselves and helped us fill gaps where we didn't know. So we've learned a lot through this process, and it's been inspiring to see the goodwill of people. And that's kind of the idea behind DreamrBox, is for allow people to spread goodwill. As much as it is the contents of the box and material giving and fundraising, it's a chance to spread goodwill out there, to do something positive.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think I love the concept. I love what you're doing. I really do. And, I appreciate the connection because this is what matters is let's do some good. We have enough negativity out there, but let's really focus on how we can bring joy and hope and realize that there is another side of this. We will come out from this. There is, new life after we get through this COVID era, I'll call it.
Yes, we will come through it. And I hope everyone listening really feels that in your heart and soul. We will come through this. We are coming through it. And people like Noah are out there doing amazing things. Noah, if somebody wants to reach out to you and learn more about this, how can they find you?
They can go to www.DreamrBox.com. It's Dreamer, DREAMR box.com. Reach out to our contact page or contact me through LinkedIn. however they want. We're happy to answer any questions. Through LinkedIn, we've been having a number of companies look for bulk orders for their staff. How do we, send this to our customers to say, hey, thank you, we appreciate you.
That's
cool. Dreamer, no E in the Dreamer.
That's right.
DreamrBox.com.
Dreamer without the E.
Yes.
.com. Got
Yep.
it.
And we're answering questions daily on our through our email system.
That's awesome. I'm glad you guys are seeing more traction. So I'm really excited.
A little traction. It hasn't been without its bumps along the way, but that's the way everything goes.
That's the way everything is. That's right.
Yes.
It's about keep on keeping on. Just
exactly, and that's kind of what we want to send the message to the world is.
Yeah, and do the next right thing, and that's what you're doing. So well done. Thank you so much for joining us. We really
is that a Frozen 2 reference? Do the next right thing. Have you seen that movie yet?
I have seen the movie, but it's an old saying.
It is an old saying, but there's a whole song about it from. Sorry, I've got young kids, so I've got.
You just aged your kids there.
I've got a 4.5-year-old daughter, and a soon-to-be 3-year-old son, and a third one on the way. But we're still in a Frozen era, and Frozen 2 has a song about do the next right thing. It's all about
that. That's so good, and I love Frozen.
Sorry, we got sidetracked now, but I was like, any Frozen reference, my daughter's going to be
I'm
excited.
sure all the senior living people want to hear about Frozen.
That's it.
That's right. That's right. All right, Noah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Right, thank you, guys, and good luck, and we'll be in touch.
Absolutely.
Everybody stay safe.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend out there. And Noah, as always, appreciate what you're doing. We look forward to helping, spread your message and get people involved and engaged.
Great. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.